Welcome back, folks. Today we have joining us in studio Officer Derrick Sharbodie from the St. James Police Youth Club. And tonight we're going to be featuring Officer Sharbodie and all the work that he has been doing to contributions he has been making towards building Trinidad and Tobago into a better society. Welcome, Officer.
Thank you for the invitation.
Acting Corporal?
Well, you can call me Inspector, it's all right.
Inspector, nice one, good. I like it. And also joining us in studio is Miss Bryony Duncan from Fight for Peace.
Correct, yeah.
And you're visiting from Rio?
Correct, yes.
Yes, well, welcome to Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you.
So let's dive straight into the conversation around the Fight for Peace initiative that our brother Sharbodie has. How should I call you, Inspector?
No, Officer Sharbodie.
Officer Sharbodie. So, Officer, tell us a little more about yourself, first of all.
Well, in 1992, we established the St. James Police Youth Club, and the purpose for the formation of the club was to create that social divide between the police and the youth, so that young people can see police in a different light, not only to arrest, lock up, charge, and put you before the court, but certainly as an important stakeholder in terms of development. So that while we were doing lectures in school and educating young people and keeping them informed in terms of the Summary Offences Act, Sexual Offences Act, we felt that that was not sufficient. So we went further in terms of establishing the Police Youth Club. And the club was formed in 1992, and we celebrate our 22nd anniversary. That journey has been an excellent journey. In 1998, Senator Wade Mack, who was the Minister of Public Administration, was kind enough to give us our own center on Sierra Road.
Yes.
And the American Embassy came on board, the British High Commissioner came on board, the Canadian, and they did some work in terms of building the center and making it a youth-friendly space.
Yes.
What was good is that the young people that we engaged in, they offered the projects that they wanted to see outfitted at the center. So as we speak, we have a 16-piece steel orchestra, our national instrument. We also play tassa, so anytime you wish to have
That orchestra is the same orchestra, is a smaller version of it, or is it the same orchestra for the New Start where we met with Pastor Dutton around the Savannah? There were some youths that was actually playing.
That's right, that's a smaller version of it.
That's a smaller version.
Yes.
I must say, the youths who are involved in that steel pan orchestra, they're excellent. Congratulations. You all are doing a wonderful job, and I want to, appeal you to continue, invite your friends to join. And there we have them, we have them there performing. We're getting a little footage there of the orchestra performing, yes? So you have the orchestra.
Yeah, we also have African drums, we have African dance. In fact, in 2013, the club is the Drums of Thunder reigning champions in Brooklyn, New York. They did very well. First time competing, they emerged first. Yes, so that we launched a program called Pick Up the Drums and Put Down the Guns. So you can make sweet music with your 8 fingers and 2 thumbs, we call it. Right? And
2 thumbs.
2 thumbs.
I like that.
And the other projects just blossom. We have a meal support group. We have other activities that we felt that could address some of their personal development as well. Yes. We brought the parents on board, and we formed a parent council and a management board. And we also were looking at children who were suspended. Unfortunately, had nothing to do. So between 8 and 2:30, we offered our center as a suspension program. So children, while on suspension, reported to me on Sierra Road, and they occupied the time constructively. What was good is that these kids joined the club eventually. So they saw the club as a second home. Right? And we could safely say that every project, every program, because we engaged young people, we got the right persons to come on board, the right tutors, and as a result of that, we have seen a lot of young people after 22 years who have sold their police officers. Jason Williams, JW, is a past member of the club. Jomo Williams, who worked at Galt once, a past member of the club. A lot of young people are doing well, have become good citizens. And coming out of that, we formed an alumni committee where young people can now come and give back in their uniform, saying, this is what the club has done for me. I'm grateful that it has provided me with that space. And as a result, stay and occupy your time, and the club will certainly do the same for you as well.
Right. So what we're seeing is folks from within the area who would have joined the club has grown into becoming even police officers.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Police soldiers, you name it. Sometimes I don't even recognize them. I'm in the bank, and one of the workers will call me and say, "Officer, can you remember me? I was a past member of the club." I feel enjoyed, and then I get a VIP treatment as well.
Yes,
So
yes,
I say,
yes.
good things come.
Yeah.
Right?
But plenty of this work that you are doing with the youths and the police youth club, this is sometimes when you're off duty.
Actually, yes, in the past.
Yeah.
But Commissioner Williams,
Yes.
who has been very kind to afford me this space
Yes.
in terms of really supervising and working with the young people at the center.
Right.
This Commissioner Williams has put on the front burner Police Youth Club as one of the gospel, the good news of the police service.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, the clubs has blossomed. We now have 80-something plus police youth clubs.
Wow.
And I find myself sometimes educating, keeping other youth club leaders informed, let them know these are the dynamics, what to do. So I make myself available to assist them. Even though we are the flagship club and we see ourselves as a model club, it's not just about us.
In the country,
That's right, yes. It's all about networking.
That's good. That's good. And they say police officers are never really off duty.
That's right.
Police officers are more or less on duty, 24 hours round the clock. And this is a gentleman we see going way beyond the call of duty when you would have started this initiative.
That's right.
This was not part of the conversation, but there was something burning inside of you to get involved into this type of initiative. There was some inspiration somewhere.
Actually, when my parents died, I had to work plus go to school. I grew up on Nelson Street. It was a rough area. And while growing up there, I left. I went and lived with my grandparents, Smokey and Bunty, who died.
Right.
Did Smokey Ricardo Mackenzie. It's my uncle. And
So you are a fruit of Nelson Street.
That's right.
Congratulations.
A good fruit.
Congratulations.
Yes.
We heard Pastor Paul Arundel last week here. He was telling us about Laventille and the face of Laventille, and his congregation in Laventille is growing. We have over 50 members in that congregation, and how there's a smile that is developing in East Port of Spain and different areas of the capital. And look, we are hearing also here tonight that we have a fruit here, Inspector Sharbodie, from Nelson Street. So there's a lot of positive that is happening in our society that is not really broadcast, that is not brought to the fore. And this is one of the purpose behind Building T&T, to identify the initiative, to identify our unsung heroes like Officer Sharbodie, who's here with us. All right. So tell us also a little more now about the Fight for Peace initiative. We want to welcome Bryony into the conversation here.
Thank you.
Well, when I heard about Fight for Peace, it was when I was collecting the award in the UK. I was awarded as the Commonwealth Youth Worker for the Year. And during Youth Week, there was a lot of youth workers, and they have these, what you call, signature programs that are doing well. And I heard about Fight for Peace. And when I came back to Trinidad, there was this email saying that Mr. Ravi Lachman would like to meet with me. Fight for Peace would like to be unfolding, and our club has been shortlisted. I said, but this is good news, right? And unfortunately, we went to Brooklyn, and we were unable to meet with the delegate. But while in Brooklyn, I did have discussions with her. She met the Benonga Youth Club Center, and from there she will be able to take it. She could tell you more from there.
Fight for Peace. So welcome to our show. Welcome to our show. It's wonderful having you here.
Thank you.
So tell us a little more about this initiative.
Well, Fight for Peace is an organisation, it's a not-for-profit, non-governmental organisation, and we work with young people who are in communities that are affected by crime and violence. We started 15 years ago in a favela community, that's like a slum community in Rio de Janeiro. And we've developed over the years a methodology that uses boxing and martial arts combined with personal development and education to really give young people a new chance and an opportunity to take a new path in life, or to turn their lives around, or really just to take up opportunities that aren't available to them. We use the boxing and martial arts because we know that they're really powerful in lots of ways in terms of working on that kind of internal changes that a young person will go through, as well as lots of things around which Officer Sharbodie believes in as well, around the ideas of discipline and self-control and really learning how the work can affect them.
Yeah, and that is some of our representatives. We can go back to that picture there. And those are some of our representatives
Yeah,
who
those
have
are
been
members
involved.
of the police club who did very well in judo. In fact, we're using judo as a vehicle,
Yes.
so as a crime prevention vehicle. So they are benefiting from the Fight for Peace program.
That's excellent. That's excellent. The youths have a high level of adrenaline in their system.
Yes.
And it is good that you can actually marshal this adrenaline and you can focus it into something to develop them, the discipline, the teamwork, the team efforts. I understand that there are different pillars in which the Fight for Peace operates upon,
Correct,
martial
yeah.
arts being one of the first
So
pillars.
the methodology that we've built over the years then, over the 15 years that we've been operating, is that boxing martial arts is one part of a holistic approach that we use to work with young people. So we combine that with education and personal development, access to work services, support, social support services and youth leadership. And all of that within a values-based approach to working with young people. We replicated the same model that we'd learned and developed in Brazil in London because our founder, Luke Dowdney, he's actually British, although living in Rio at the time, and realised that there was something really valuable in what we were doing with young people, and took the same model to London, which is an unusual transfer of Southern Hemisphere to Northern Hemisphere working. And it did in a really quite a different context. The gang context is different there, and the young people's challenges are different, but the same model worked. And we've received lots of interest from different organisations around the world asking us to help them and think about how they could do this kind of work in their own communities. And so from there then this programme that Officer Sharbodie is now part of was born. It's called the Global Alumni Programme. It's a programme of training and consultancy and support that we offer for organisations that are community-based organisations already working on the ground with young people in areas that are affected by crime and violence. So it's difficult for these young people growing up in these conditions. And we support the other organisations then to learn from what we've learned over the years and implement their adaptation of our methodology. We've now trained 92 organisations in 24 countries. And the most recent one then is this project that we've got in Trinidad, which is funded by the Citizen Security Programme. Okay. So they've seen the benefit of the way that we work with organisations, and they've invested in us to be able to support 5 organisations here in Trinidad. Right. And what we do is we bring organisations together in a network. So St James Police Youth Club is one of those 5 organisations. Right. We're also working with Rudan Dojo Empowerment Centre, which is in Enterprise.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
We're working with Judo T&T, which is the Association for Judo in Trinidad and Tobago. Mm-hmm. We're working with, forgetting the names of them all today, right, that we met.
But
Kind, who are kids in need of development.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And who's my final one? I'll remember in a minute.
But Judo, TT, and these organizations that you're calling, they not only misled or displaced youths. It's youths basically growing up. And is this something for any specific group of youths, or is it something that can grow, that all the youths of the country can benefit from?
So where our expertise is, where we've learned over the years, and where the Citizen Security Programme's interest is, they're funding this programme, is around young people who are in kind of hotspot communities where the challenges for young people are great, yes, because of where they're living and where they're growing up. And so the idea is really about focusing and channeling our energies on helping these young people really realise their potential and get on in the world. What we hope through partners like St James Police Youth Club, who have then a connection to a number of different youth clubs. The other organisation, sorry, I forgot you in the moment, is East Port of Spain Development Company, yes, who have a number of different sites as well, the community impact centres, mm-hmm, that are rolling out throughout the East Port of Spain part of the city. And obviously their reach is around reaching wide numbers of young people, like all of our partners are in this network. Mm-hmm. And all of them are really interested in being able to improve the chances for young people in Trinidad and Tobago. And that's what we're interested in, that end outcome for young people.
Right, right. So I must say it's a very good initiative of trying to recap there what you would have identified as we starting off with sports through the martial and martial arts and boxing.
Correct. Yeah.
We're looking at reaching through the different pillars to youth leadership that at the end. From that, we engage in them into educational development program. We have some mentoring and mentorship, so we're providing some youth support and training for employment opportunities.
Exactly.
So basically, you take the youths and you get them involved into the sport, into the martial arts, and from getting them involved in there now, you use their interests, their curiosity, and grow towards becoming youth leaders of the society.
Exactly.
Basically, that's how the program. Okay, folks, so we're going to take a little break right now, but don't go too far. We're going to be right back because this is a very exciting conversation. So we're going to be right back.
Where do